Afternoon. Sorry. Not. I mean, I don't have much to add from yesterday after the game. I mean, seeing the film. I mean, clearly we have to be able to be more productive offensively so that we can get control of the game to some degree. Because the defense, I thought, really hung in there, fought, obviously created some turnovers, which helped us have an opportunity to really kind of swing the game a little bit on a few different occasions, and we just didn't take enough advantage of that. And then over the course of the game, as it goes on, when you end up 47 plays or snaps on offense and 85 or 86 on defense, it's just, at some point you just get worn out, and so. We obviously have to do better. So there's a lot of things we're going to look at, a lot of things we're going to consider. We need to do the fundamental things right first. That's where it's got to start, and then obviously find a way to produce.
What did it look like when you said you looked over the film? What did it look like from Jimmy's point of view? Took 6 sacks and looked uncomfortable all night.
Like I said, I've never really thought that the passing game is one person. I mean, there's obviously plays where we had an opportunity to make some plays and we did not do it, missed a few throws clearly. But I thought, we had some protection issues. I thought there was a few blitz pickup issues, and credit them. They did a good job with some of the things that they were trying to do to disrupt us. But we got to be able to do better, and the passing game and the ability to do well in the passing game is usually the function of 11 guys doing their job pretty well. Maybe not perfect, but pretty well. Securing the pocket for the passer, reading the coverage properly, running a good route, making a good throw, being on time, all the rest of those things have to happen in order for you to work, the way you want to work efficiently and productively. So, and just not enough plays, Q.
Jimmy came into the season with some injuries that he's dealing with the offseason. He's been banged up a couple times already. Do you believe health has anything to do with his struggles at this point?
I mean, look, I can't speak for him on that. Again, we've never really put him out there when it's like, been something where there's been a significant issue. We tried to be smart with that as we brought him back in training camp. And then, I know he's dealt with some things here during the course of the season, but we've just followed the advice of the medical people and him, really, his body. So I don't think he's been out there when he hasn't been healthy enough to contribute and play well.
You know him so long, are you a little surprised by the interception count?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, those come down to, all interceptions, come down to execution and decision making, and at the end of the day, it starts with reading the coverage. It starts with, the quarterback, the receivers, the tight ends, being on the same page. The protection obviously has something to do with that. Yesterday's case was just a read where we threw it into double coverage, and we can't do that. So, there's a lot of things. And again, I think when you try to press and you want to make plays happen, even though the defense, plays something or does something that maybe takes away your first or your primary option, you just have to be patient enough. Even though you want to make those plays happen, you got to be patient enough to take the profit and count on making the right play every time, always being the right thing to do, and so.
Kind of revision by his play through the season, because I remember the first game in Denver, he threw a ball into the end zone, and he admitted himself it was a bad judgment, trying to cram the ball in there, and here we are, 8th game, and he's throwing double coverage where the just glided over.
Yeah, I mean, look, all I can tell you is we're going to continue to work at trying to cut down our turnovers, period. We have to be able to do that. I thought the defense did a good job of creating opportunities for us to win the turnover margin, and yet we didn't take full advantage of it, So that play obviously was could have been a swing play or a swing series in the game in terms of being able to go get the lead and have great field position, and, we didn't do anything with it. So just trying to be aggressive, but at the same time, you got to be smart.
I know you mentioned last night that going to O'Connell wasn't a thought, but is it something that could be talked about this week?
I think we're just going to look at. We haven't even met with the players yet. You know what I mean? We're going to evaluate the film. We're going to make the corrections. You know, I don't want to speak on that. Look, I have confidence in all our guys. We have to be able to play better and do it as a group. You know, and there's a lot of things that go into that. So, as I said last night, there's a lot of us that have to do some things better.
Any update on Peters?
Marcus? Yeah, he just cramped. He's good to go. Yeah, Marcus is good.
Divine probably too early, right?
Divine, too early. Yeah, not sure where we're at on that one, but making progress, working really hard to try to get back as soon as he can. So, I'm just going to kind of see how that goes this week.
After last week's game, I mean, obviously, you probably want to see a response, and you talked about how the team reacted. Mm-hmm. Do you think throughout the course of the week that they were over that? Is that something that kind of lingered? To get beat the way they did last week?
You're talking about the Chicago thing? You're talking about the Chicago game?
Yeah, and then have that happen again this week.
Well, I don't think I don't think that happened again, though. You know what I mean? I really don't. I think there was some things we didn't do very well last night, but I thought the team was very competitive. I thought they played hard. I thought they were into it. I thought they were supportive of one another. I don't have any question about the effort and the way we practiced and all the rest of that stuff. I mean, it was 16-14 in the middle of the third quarter. You know what I mean? So, and we had the ball. So I think, there's plenty of opportunities for us to have done more yesterday, and we didn't take advantage of our opportunities, and we didn't do enough with them. And then, we kept giving the ball back to them, and eventually, like I said, they had the ball too much, and they have, good players, and they do a good job offensively, and eventually they were able to make enough plays to get ahead and, get further ahead. So I don't have any question about the way we attacked last week.
I guess on the positive side, you guys have been looking to force turnovers quite a bit, and you were able to do that.
I thought there was the turnovers and then the red zone defense. I mean, I think both of them, kind of stood out as positives for us. We've been trying to make an emphasis on that. I thought we tried to make an emphasis in the running game, offensively, and I thought JJ kind of got himself really rolling there in the second quarter. And again, when you only end up with 45 plays on offense, it's hard to run the ball 30 times, and that goes back. It's a function of the entire team. So there's definitely things we did much better. Like I said, I love the way we were attacking the football, creating opportunities for ourselves to turn the ball over, scored on defense, stopped them a number of times in the red zone. That's a good red zone offense, So I just, we have to do more of those things well in order to put them all together as a team and win the game.
This is where was emergency quarterbacks. I mean, Aiden, for now at least, is.
Yeah, he's making progress. And again, we talked about this as a kind of an evaluation. We would, do this all year. And those guys really compete hard and practice well. And I think Aiden's really been making some progress. And I just want to give him some opportunities if that presents himself. And, kind of we'll see how it goes going forward. Yeah.
It's probably more of a Dave question, but the trade deadline's come and gone. Do you have any idea of any calls or anything like that?
I don't.
Probably more of a Dave question.
I don't, Q. I just know I texted him 3 minutes before I came down here and said, we're not trading anybody, right? So, and we're not. So that's it.
As a body of 8 games this season, I mean, are you surprised at just the low production of the points?
I'm disappointed that we haven't been able to do more. I think that would be the feeling that we all have. I just, again, but I don't think sitting here and harping on that is really going to be the answer. The solution is going to lie in the fundamentals and the basics that we need to do better to execute more plays right consistently over time. We're going to need to be able to do it disciplined when we're under pressure, against a good football team for as many plays as we can, and until we can do that, that's really been the answer for me anytime I've had a stretch where we haven't played well enough football, and certainly we haven't offensively to be able to put our team in better positions to win. So that's what we're going to need to do, and we're going to need to fix it.
Specific to third down on offense,
Yep.
Is that kind of the same thing? Opportunities are there?
Yeah, I thought we had some opportunities, and again, I thought they did some things schematically we didn't handle as well as I would have liked. But we had some plays, to be made, and We just, we didn't come up with them for a few reasons. And again, the protection, I think as the game wore on, we ended up finding ourselves in more third and longs than what we would have liked, which are always difficult on the road against a team like that. So, all in all, we didn't, again, that's a possession down for us. We got to do better there because that will give us at least 3 more downs and maybe a couple more runs and, less time on the field for the defense. And so third down offensively is obviously got to be a focus for us. Just in general, I think there's a lot of things we need to do better, but that's definitely one of them.
You obviously had one drive that was very efficient. It was really well done drive that was put together. I mean, was there anything that you saw on that drive that was kind of different?
No, we ran the ball. I mean, we got it started with the little play pass and then, ran the ball. I think we skipped third down for the most part, I think, until we got down there, maybe in the red zone and had the quarterback sneak on the 3rd and short. Literally, we skipped third down almost the entire time, so... again, not that has to happen every time, but that's basically what happened. We got our running game going, got some movement up front. I thought the guys did a good job of giving JJ a chance to get started, and he did. Made a couple plays. The tight ends made a couple plays in the passing game. So, no, I mean, look, it's not magic. I think we just have to do a better job of executing play after play after play. That's the magic.
The plays defense made this season, like it's a common theme. When you look at how things are going, can we just talk about Patrick Graham, what you think he's been able to do that's been successful and how he's improved as a coach in this system?
Yeah, I think, look, we talked about this in the offseason. We simplified some of the things we're doing. I think the guys, are playing fast and aggressive. They're able to focus on trying to, attack the football. We've gotten a few more turnovers, obviously, recently. But I think that group plays hard every week, and again, we haven't done enough to help our team in general offensively to limit the number of snaps, but I love the way that they go out there and they're aggressive. They're trying to make plays, trying to definitely, we've defended the deep part of the field for the most part well. But I think Patrick's done a good job of trying to coordinate that whole group. I think our whole defensive staff has done a nice job of trying to simplify what we're doing and get them to play a little faster and better. So, again, we got to do more as a football team to help that unit out. But I think the defense has definitely made strides.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep. Thank you.